Yeah, I would say though that we've seen this matchup prior though. We have seen Pillow and Nick fought before in a previous tournament, Spurial's tournament. I once again mentioned that Spurial's 2 tournament, where we saw Pillow and Nick fought off each other and resulted in a 3-0 victory coming in from Nick here. But you know, Pillow has had a nice run throughout today. They've made it. I mean, if winner of this goes into fourth place, goes into top four, sorry. But you know, loser of this is going to be going home in fifth place. So they've made it here in the top six, and they've, I mean, played so well, played phenomenal so far. But they have once again a formidable and you know, I mean,
Yeah,
an
catches with
opponent that they
the Knic
remember,
special.
and an opponent that they know
Um,
of for sure. It's
yeah,
someone
that
like
side
Nick.
single catch and Pillow makes it back to stage.
Yeah.
Right now, yeah.
In Jaguar, I mean,
It's
right
a
now
scare.
you're seeing with, you know, Pillow. I mean, currently down right now and has to build up a lead on to Nick here. But we talk about kind of that last game that they had with Sapt, and they were over onto the Taros. But now we're seeing the swap over to the Cassidy. They're dropping the axe and just going over now to this blasters, challenging Nick in a sense on his blasters. What do you make of
Right.
that?
Well, Nick so far is the better part of the challenge, but I think a lot of it was from the guitars earlier in the stock. Nick is biggest guitars, like Nick had the Nick special earlier, took Pillow almost off stage, had to GC side sig to get back with the last option. So I think Nick looks like more effective on blasters, at least in this game.
Yeah, it seems like they're kind of winning the blasters that are here. But speaking of blasters, Pillow, it's a nice down. So he goes for the ground pound. Yeah, that was just a little bit of, you know, they want to go for something extra to confirm that knockout, but you know, it was going to be enough anyways. And just like that, I mean, they're going toe to toe with someone like Nick. And, you know, I kind of talk about that last tournament that we had at Spurials too, where, I mean, the same results happened where they went even,
Yeah.
but just somehow Nick was able to clutch up at the end here. And that's what we're seeing. Nick, once again, able to take out that second stock, even though the stocks were even. They were able to take that stock out of there. And just like that, Nick, once again, with the lead.
Yeah, Nick really taking advantage there of knowing that we go for the GC side sig to get back to stage and was really just positioned with the blasters there. And Nick with a confirmed three-piece from the GC attack. There's Pillow answering back with the D-Light Sair. Nick still having the better of the Guitars Blasters matchup here. Yeah, Nick just need to be all on top of the blasters where blasters really can't hit very well, and Nick is really taking advantage of it. It's the Nick special too. Is Pillow going to make it back? Nope. So that is game one.
Game one indeed. Going to be going towards Nick's way. And I mean, now Pillow is going to have to make adjustments. Are we going to be seeing the Cassidy again for this next game of game number 2? Or are we going to be seeing some sort of swap, maybe possibly the Taros perhaps? What do you think, Jaguar? What do you think is Pillow going to be going with?
It's hard to say. I mean, it's hard. It's kind of hard to say. Like, I didn't really think it was too bad. It's just I think like the was all over the blasters. I didn't really see too much of the Cassidy Hammer. It looks like we are going to go to Taros. Maybe like switching off of the blasters, which didn't seem to be very effective versus guitars. Trying a different matchup, perhaps with the axe.
Yep, perhaps that's what's going to be, you know, maybe the legend swap is what's going to be needed in order to take a game here. But like I've said, I mean, Nick is that type of person. It's kind of like Pillow's in-house bracket demon. I feel like anytime Pillow has made it big in these tournaments, Nick has also been there, like behind them, like just looming behind them and be like, hey man, I'm right here, you're gonna have to go through me if you want to progress in the future. And like Pillow has just had such an unfortunate, you know, run. I mean, in Spurials they ran into Nick, and here once again they ran into Nick again. And I mean, you know, it seems like, I mean, it's a rough opponent to fight. I mean, like I said, Empire versus Collusion, it's a little bit of a hard matchup to fight for Pillow, but man, oh, what a stare. Nick taking out that stock already, and it just seems like the lead has already been established in Pillow. Once again, I mean, right off the get-go, has to play catch-up.
Right, Nick really did a lot with blasters. I thought, like in the previous thing, like guitars, like the blasters are also formidable too. So there's really Lucian, both weapons of Lucian. So it's definitely going to have to be something to contend with. But looks like Nick prefers guitars. Is building up a bit of damage so far. Gets back to stay safely, but right now it's basically a whole damage lead. Stomp Sair hits. Nick really trying to play that. The Nick special does not connect there. Just try to play there. Very Nick special connects. A good punish. The weapon throw. Pillow makes it back.
Oh, but
They're trying to do that. Pillow will not make it back this time, and so now it's a whole stock and change.
Yeah, and like I said, I mean, the lead's been established, and just Nick went for more, and it got more indeed. Pillow, I mean, the Cassidy worked out much better than this Taros. Not sure, what's gonna be the answer now for Pillow, because there's down so much, and there's still been unable to even take the first stock out of Nick here. The GC side stick connecting from out of nowhere, the recovery. GC side stick again,
Yeah.
Pillow with no punish. What a big stare.
Yeah.
Nick going for more. Nick is ruthless, man.
Yeah, Pillow is this like real. I can sense sort of the frustration Pillow must be facing, and there's the 3 stock to be confirmed with the next special. But yeah, it's just like something like you get frustrated. You're down 2 stocks now, and you just want to take that first stock to at least try to make the game work out, and then you end up just getting completely roast on guitars as you go for moves that you wouldn't normally, and just keep getting hit and hit. And soon enough, it's a 3 stock. Oh, we have another weapon swap. Now we're going to see Cannon. Like, Pillow's going to try Cannon this time with the Onyx.
Yeah, gonna be that new crossover, the Titan crossover for this this next game here. So I mean, let's see it. Do we see? Hopefully, maybe the cannon's gonna be needed here. The cannon and the gauntlets is what's gonna be needed in order to take a game. Sorry, off of Nick here, because right now they're on. I mean, remember we are in elimination side here. If Nick wins this against Pillow, then I mean that's gonna be it. Pillow's gonna be going home, and Nick is gonna be moving on in today's tournament into the top 4.
Right. Alright, so we'll have to see the cannon there. Let's see what we get first. Pillow gets the first weapon, but it is gauntlets. Not able to get too much off of Nick there, but Nick is just continuing to get recovery into an air. So it's still about even. Gauntlets connect there, and Nick's starting to get off some strings there with this side light D-light. Dodge is a SIG. Nick's special does not connect there. Getting 2 pieces off there. Ground pound doesn't connect. Pillow makes it back. Grabs with the end there. And Nick is still playing off stage here. A really interesting decision there to do something like that versus Gauntlets. But so far it seems to be working. The side sync does not connect for Pillow. And so we are about even going halfway through the first stock now. Pillow getting a read off, gets some recovery, but not too much more. Again, the sync does not connect. Avoids VM D-Light though, but still not able to really punish. So it's still about even. Recovery hits. There's Sair. Another Sair, it's well placed. That Sair is not going to connect. The weapon throw does not connect either. Hits a ground pound to tag the Onyx on the wall, and Nick is up the first stock.
Yeah, and once again, I mean, you see that, Nick once again able to take that first stock out of there, and now looking to build a lead here. But I would say this game is looking different compared to the 2 last games, where you're seeing Pillow answering back just a little bit more. So maybe this Titan crossover to Onyx was maybe the pick here needed for Pillow here. Stuffed the recovery, but was unable to kind of get that KO out of there. Now going back onto stage here, Nick once again building up the damage. Pillow goes for the read but doesn't get it. Man, Pillow is just having a hard time between, I mean, just to take out Nick.
Yeah, I think you can sort of see like Pillow's getting a lot of that makes an aggressive fly charge D thing. It does not connect. Nick going for stuff off stage. Nick's not going to make it back. That takes a stock, but it wasn't too bad of a stock as they're already damaged. But it kind of solved Nick's problem of being able to take out the first stock. Nick still with a big damage lead. Pillow's not going to get there, so it's now just under a whole stock in lead. And Pillow disconnected, it looks like.
Huh?
Yeah, it looks like there was a connection problem. So
why is there a bunch of connection issues? But no way.
Well, it's an official game, so
oh my god,
that is a 3-0 for Nick. It's really unfortunate it had to happen that way.
There's no way that just happened. Where no, oh my god, no way. Their controller died, and oh, that's such an anticlimactic way to end the set. But sadly, yeah, it is what it is. It's after the grace period, and damn it.
Okay, they say they want to do it again. They want to cancel that and restart it.
Is Nick?
They're willing to. Nick said, yeah. Nick offered to replay the game.
Okay, I mean, hey, if they're down, I'm down. I'm happy with it. So it seems like Nick showing some sportsmanship, man. I mean, realize that, hey man, even controller issues, they happen, man. It happened. We're on an online setting, like you said, and they're down to run it back. I mean, even right now, man, I'm having some crazy technical issues. I'm trying to fix it in the background. Stream has been stuttering. It's been going crazy, but I mean, hey, things happen like that. It's an online setting, like I said. So Knic gonna go try to, get his Pillow's gonna get their run back hopefully. And I mean, that last game we saw a lot of. I mean, the Onyx worked out really well for Pillow. I'm hoping to see, the Onyx do wonders here, perhaps, and maybe this is maybe this is the miracle that Pillow needs in order to bring this one back, perhaps.
Oh, we will see. Like here, like Knic was in control of that previous game, so it is going to be tough again. Like so far, Pillow really hasn't shown too much of really putting Knic on the ropes to say in this matchup so far. And so far, Knic is having the better of it right now with guitars, but Brawlhalla seems to be doing all right for a Pillow as well. Knic is going for a lot of the side light stuff on guitars to try to get started with the string. Now picking up blasters, catches the dodge recovery. Good dodge read by Pillow to get some damage off there. So Pillow is actually ahead on the damage, and you have the headlight stare. That D-light does not connect. Not able to get too much there. There's
Nice
D-light.
recovery.
D-light stare. Recovery won't be enough. Weapon throw hits, so Pillow survives a bit longer.
Nice and light coming in from Pillow. The weapon throw though, the ground pound. Not sure who was that hitting, but Knic over now to the guitars, goes for the GC side thing, and Pillow basically ran into that one. And just like that, now once again Pillow is down, but still not that far off. All they need is probably one good hit, maybe one good combo, maybe a D-line into it's there perhaps, or D-line there, and that's gonna lead to the KO. So I mean, hey man, Pillow, you're gonna need to lock in here. You're gonna need to try to see if you can get this one out of here as quickly as possible. You do not want Knic to be building a lead, and that's what Knic is doing right now. Already has Pillow on orange health, but there we go, nice in there. He's able to get that stock out of there. And just like that, I mean, stocks are tied up, but still, the damage has been already done here, Jaguar. Do you think Pillow can, bring this one back in their favor?
Yeah, I think cannon. We haven't seen too much of the cannon yet on this legend yet. But Knic catch all that, so Pillow gets disarmed from the cannon. So Pillow needs to pick up a weapon there. Lands a D-light, but not able to get too much more off there. Knic is, so therefore, we have the Sare. Not going to be enough to take off, but in a bad situation, does make it back to stage. And there's the D-light ground pound, and Knic is up almost the whole stock again. So basically, exactly where we left off in that previous game.
Yeah, 100%. And I mean, Pillow now is going to have to try to see if they can take this second stock out quickly as possible. And the gauntlets, I mean, it's going to work right now. Already has Knic onto orange health, but still the blasters, man, it's just been... Knic has been painting Pillow down with these blasters. I mean, just hit after hit is landing, and Pillow has been unable to kind of find an answer, but finally gets some sort of string off stage, but throws out the gauntlets, now picks up the cannon probably to try to see if he can get this KO. Goes for the GC D-light, but doesn't connect with it. Nice down stick though, Knic, once again, still just racking up the damage. Two-piece combo, connects, sends him off stage. Was looking for that D-light ground pound. You saw that there's the GC D-light ground pound, but still did not connect, and now the gauntlets on Pillow finally connects, leads to the KO, and just like that, it is tied up stocks.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be... Pillow has some catching up to do, but it is absolutely not impossible. That side sig, though, does connect. Not going to be enough to KO. Pillow gets the dodge completely red with the Nair, and Pillow will not be able to make it back, and Knic will win it 3-0.
Yeah. So I love to see the sportsmanship coming in from Knic. Gave Pillow that chance, to really, prove themselves in a sense. And, that's what Pillow did there. Pillow proved themselves. And, I would say that game looked very, it looked great for Pillow. That Onyx swap seemed like to be the pick to probably win the game. But sadly, they just came a little short.